Right, so welcome back to another video. First of all, I want to apologise. I know I said I was going to upload this yesterday, but yeah. Yesterday didn't exactly go according to my plan. And for those that are wondering, yeah, my patch wall over there, I've not fixed it yet. I've still got to do that. And yeah, the LB box are still back there. Right, so why did you not get your video yesterday that I promised? Basically, right, long story short, is I've had the quad coils in the Fat Rabbit for the Snow Wolf, and as the usual what I've said, I don't particularly rate the quad coils for that. I think they're quite guff, if I'm honest. They don't last. They do give out good flavour, I'll give them that, and they do give out a decent cloud, but they do not, they just seem to burn out really quickly, and they don't have a hell of a lot of warning to them actually burning out. They just sort of go, oh, we're alright, then you've got a burnt coil, and that's all you can taste, really. Case in point, pretty much I put the quad coil in one of my Fat Rabbits and the single mesh coil in another one at the same time. You'll see with the bottles juice I'm going to do today, I've used the single mesh one a hell of a lot more, and it's still going strong, no tasty burnt in it at all. And the quad coil I decided to use when I was taking Nico out for his walk, who is being a pain in the bum in the background. I don't know if you can hear him, but, well, I know you can't see him, but I don't know if you can hear him. And probably about 3/4 of the way around his walk, just out the blue, bang, one of the coils went, and yeah, was not pleasant. So yeah, that was that. So yesterday I had to go out and I got myself a new mesh coil for it. Try and keep the reviews fair, you know. Fair's fair, as they say. As much as I can, anyway. So yeah, I went out yesterday, got the new coils, and I actually just enjoyed being out on the bike, so made a day of it. Then by the time I got back and done everything, the lighting was no good for it. I mean, you can even see here, I really shouldn't sit where I am just now because it's part of my face shadow. But that's why I've not got my hat on either. So yeah, pretty much I took a day just for me and the bike. I'm going to be doing a few odds and ends to the bike today, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what I've decided to do. I think it is anyway, I don't think I've got anything else on at the moment. So yeah. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Bit of an update. If you remember in my last video I done the blue raspberry. I said it was really mentally with a wee bit of tasty berries and that in the background. Well, still got on the go on this thing. Again, even this. Sorry, going to another wee one on this. If you're a sub-ohmer, not the base mod out there for you. I mean, I've not been running this constantly, but I've gone through a baton and a half apparently at 60 watts in like 2 days, and like I said, I've not been running this that much. So at high wattage for the mod, it eats batteries. But the blue raspberry, the flavour has changed, so I don't know if maybe I just hadn't given it long enough with the coil or what, but there's still a bit of menthol in it. You can still taste it, but you can taste the raspberry a lot more now. It's actually a lot nicer for it, I'll give it that. Like I said, this is Kale's oil, so I can't use it all, but she did agree to let me use a couple of tanks worth. And I have used it a few times through the days, just to see if the flavour would change, and it has. So like I said, I don't know if maybe the bottle wasn't shaken up right or what when I first put it in, but it is now a hell of a lot nicer. I've refilled it about 3 or 4 times, I think, and pretty much the raspberries come through it a lot better on it, and it's pretty much stayed consistent from the second fill, pretty much, with the raspberry coming through it. It's really quite nice. Again, so that's from the Juice Lab, so yeah, I would say it's worth going for. Like I said, I think it's one of the cheaper liquids my vape shop sells. I think. Like I said, it was killed at bottom, not me, so. I was there, but I wasn't really paying attention. If I'm honest, I was too busy ogling new mods. Yeah, I'm one of these people. I spend money I shouldn't be spending. But anyway, onwards and upwards, as they say. So, right, we've got the creamy strawberry here. Sorry, hold on, like that. You guys see anything. Try and hold it up like that, hopefully you can see it. Creamy strawberry, 50 large. Some people did say to me, is 50 large the vape make? It's like, I don't think so, I think it's just large. The 50's to the bottle size. Because, I dug this out the other day. If you notice, by the same company, I've got my donut worry here. Still a wee bit in there as well, I'm quite happy with that. I've got my donut worry, which is 100 large. And it's the same company, so the 50 and the 100 is just on the size. They do the wee bottles as well, the short fills, call them what you want. Again, they're absolutely lovely. Now, if you look back at my other video, you'll probably see the cloud difference between the single mesh and the quad coil as well. You do get a lot more cloud out the single mesh. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's like the H702 or something like that they call it. Should be on here somewhere. And as per usual, it's behind sun so you can't see it. I'm not going to put a jump cut in just to go and get it. But again, it's an absolutely lovely flavour, that. It is quite creamy. You do get the strawberry as well. So if you're quite into that type of thing, so I've got Nico down the side of me here. You're going to love it. Sorry. I'm trying not to cloud you out too much. I've actually got the window shut today. So I need to watch what I'm doing. Because it's a bit more of a chilly day today, and Gail was saying before she went to bed, because she had the night shift again, that she was feeling the cold a bit, so I've kept the window shut. More or less for her. Sorry, Nico's been a pain in the backside again. So yeah, like I say, it's really quite. You do get the cream off that. It is like a sweet strawberry. It's not like a real strawberry, if that makes sense. It's more of a sort of, maybe a bit more of a Haribo one again, but not quite the same. I think maybe a wee bit like strawberry laces. Mixture be sort of halfway between strawberry laces and Haribo strawberries, like the Love Heart strawberries. Really quite nice though. Again, that's not my first bottle of it. It is one of my preferred ones. I will give the large range its juice. It's quite difficult to choose a favourite. I do say quite difficult. It's not impossible. And I really do quite enjoy them, if I'm 100% honest with you. And I'm trying to think what I've had the grape expectations, donut worry, creamy strawberry. The next one I'm going to do, I'm trying to think if I've had it. I've had another one, but I was in a short fill range. I can't remember what it was. Again, well, it wasn't me that had it, it was actually Kel. Which, it didn't appeal to me too much. I did do another review on it. Let's see. This is actually sat here since we've done that. It's a kiwi one. Kiwi and watermelon, something like that. But again, it didn't quite appeal to me that much because it's not the type of flavour I normally go for. Now, there are some flavours out there from the large range I've not tried as yet, but I am going to. And why? Because they're absolutely lovely. So anyway, try to think what to actually say about this, because you really have to taste it to believe it. I mean, the flavour is really strong. I mean, the flavour's 10 out of 10 if you ask me, personally. The cloud's good. You get a good cloud out of it. And the thing is, the flavour lasts in it. If I'm honest with you, like I said, this is my first bottle. I've had a few, and the flavour lasts from the start to the end. And even when you're vaping it, you get it on the inhale and the exhale. Which I have noticed some flavours in the past, you only really get on the inhale. But not them, you get it right through, inhale and exhale. So, yeah, that's the creamy strawberry one. Again, it's really nice. If you're into sort of like your fruity type ones, your sweets, like strawberry tart or something like that, I would say you're going to enjoy that, because I don't. And I'm a bit more into my cakey type ones and things like that. I will be honest with that. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera here in my hand. But I'm not just going to sit here and talk about that. I do try and do more than one. I usually try and do two oils per video, you know. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see me do more by the large range or more varieties, things like that. Just let me know. Because obviously I want you to get what you want, like the content you want. So let me know what videos on that down below you'd like to see. But I'm not going to start off with that right now. Next one we'll do is one of my personal favourites, the crispy coffee. Again, it is by large. Again, I've already had one of these. It was one of my, I think it was one of my first vapes I had from the large range. And it is absolutely gorgeous, in my opinion. I'm trying to think how to sort of describe it, because it's not a pure coffee. Because I do find a lot of the coffee ones, it's not a nice flavour. I don't have the bottle anymore, but I did. I've had 3 or 4 coffee ones. And a lot of the ones I find that are derivative of a specific type of drink, aka coffee, energy juices, tequila, whiskey, things like that, they're never great. I always feel those ones, you know, they're very bitter, or they emphasise too much on one specific flavour out of that type of drink. Like coffee and whiskey, I find both of them are quite bitter. I did have one called Gentleman. I can't remember who made that off the top of my head. I'm sure somebody could find out and put it in the comments below. It was the right situation vape, shall we say. If you were out and about and you're having a couple of drams, a couple of whiskies, it was lovely. It was. It complemented them really quite nicely. But again, it was very quite bitter. And if you're hungover, forget it. And if you try to vape it normally, just on day to day, I found it was really not that nice. It wasn't one you'd enjoy day to day. Well, I didn't personally. But if you're out in the right crowd and you're having a drink, yeah, it did work that way. But unfortunately, for me personally, I wouldn't say it worked enough to be used daily or really worth spending the money on. I mean, you never know, if you're out all the time and you like it, go for it. But me personally, no. So anyway, on to the crispy coffee. Sorry, I detour off on tangents. You know, it's... Sorry as I die here. People have asked, people do ask me, what sort of flavours in that. And I almost say it's almost like a coffee with a caramel crispy cake type thing. Used to get them at school all the time as part of school lunches and all that. You still buy them now, you like out your local shops and that, and bakeries, things like that. It's absolutely lovely. I will say that as a vape. Like I said, this isn't my first bottle I've had of it. The first bottle I had really, well and truly, did not last. You know, it got vaped within days. You know, like I said in my other video, I'm still smoking a wee bit. Not as much as I have been. Nico's getting a wee hello in here. You saying hello to the people, or are you just coming up? He's just coming up to be centre of attention. Yes, you're on camera, son. So, let's say it was gone within days. I mean, even at the time, I was smoking quite heavy. My smoking really reduced a lot on it, because I did prefer that. And even now, I'm still smoking a wee bit. With these 2 oils alone, yes, you'll taste it off my hands. I do apologise, Nico, being Nico here. Even with me still smoking now, I have found the last few days I've much rather gone for these rather than a fag or a roll up or anything like that. You know, I've just gone, nah, I'll have my vape, I prefer that. And up until this morning I've been doing really quite well. This morning I've had a bit of a off the rails type stint, but hey, nobody's perfect, are we? And Nico's back. He doesn't know what he wants to do today. So yeah, it's like it's a sort of like crispy cake come with coffee. I know it sounds like a really weird combination, a cakey coffee, but it's really quite nice. I'm trying to remember that dessert that's made with coffee. And dog, you're actually digging your claws into my leg. Sorry. I do apologise, Nico is being a pain here. Because he's sliding off my knee, that's why. I'm sorry, it just totally distracted myself, forgot where I was going with that. Well, there is that dessert out there, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, which is made with coffee. You know, all of restaurants and that do it. And people like that, so why should a cakey coffee not work? In this case, it really does. The other thing I was going to do, I was actually mucking around with my Aegis or my Geek Vape the other day. You might notice I've actually changed the screen on it. I quite like that screen. I prefer that screen over the Blue X that was there. I've changed the colour and the background and things like that. Which I didn't realise you could do. Yeah, I'm still really bad at those, so I'm not going to try that too much. I'm still not sure how I managed to change the background of that, but I do prefer it. It does leave me wondering though, can you maybe put your own one on it? That's the question. Or is there maybe more out there you can download for it? So yeah, that's about it. That's all I can really say about these really is, they're absolutely, if you're a vapor and you're looking for a new flavour and you want something really quite nice, they've obviously put the money into it. Check them out. Check out the large range. If your local vape shop's not supplying them, you can get them online quite easily as well. But personally, I prefer I'm trying to think of the right word here. The convenience of a shop. I like being able to, I mean, like my coil burnt out in the snow globe, right? The coil burnt out in that. Now, if I had gone to Amazon or anything like that for it, hashtag not sponsored, I still would have had to wait till the next day. Right, at the best to get it. That's at the best. But I didn't have to do it. I took the bike, I went out, went to my local vape shop, picked up 2 coils, came home, installed it. There we go. I was in a win-win situation. I got to go out on the bike. I love my bike. And I got my coils that day. And I know some people are going, yeah, but you're cheaper buying them from online retailers. Yeah, yeah. By about £1. Now, I'm a tight skate. I'm a cheap bugger, I'd well admit. Every penny's a prisoner. So, yeah, I'm sort of thinking that £1 could be useful. I could use that elsewhere. I could buy a tiny monster with that. Well, you couldn't these days, actually. You could buy a bar of chocolate for that, for £1. Or 4 wee ones for £1. Or, I could go out, enjoy myself for a bit, because, like I said, I enjoy my bike, and get my coil that day for it. So, really, it depends on your vape shop, I suppose. I mean, the one I use, I'm not going to mention it on here because I have spoke to the guy that owns it before, and last time I spoke to him about it, he wasn't too keen on me mentioning it, but you never know, that might change. He might want me to do it. I'd prefer it if he did. Because that way I could sort of promote him a wee bit. I mean, I don't get any promos, well, I get deals off him, but everyone that goes in his shop gets deals off him. I'll be honest with that. Everyone that goes in his shop will get a deal. You know, and I'm no different. Like, I've been going to the same shop since they opened, basically, and even when I do look at other vape shops, Right, give you an idea, I bought the Fat Rabbits. I'm trying to see if I've got a box kick about it, and I don't. I can't remember how much they exactly were. Jump cut. And I'm back, I do apologise. I was checking the boxes there and they don't have the price on them. Must have been on the plastic, the shrink wrap on top of them. Sometimes the prices, if there's a gap in them, you know, like just for argument's sake, shrink wraps off in my box here. But I just cut the top out sometimes and there's still a wee bit of shrink wrap there. And if there's a hole like there is there, sometimes the price is on the box itself, but unfortunately that did not appear to be the case with the Fat Rabbits. I think they were about £42 odd, something like that. I think they were, don't quote me on that. I could be talking through a homemade. And if you remember back, if you watch my videos, I actually got a Fat Rabbit and a Falcon tank at the same time. Don't have the Falcon tank anymore. That was a weird situation, I'll not go into it just now. Not knock it, it was a nice tank. Personally I preferred the Fat Rabbit, but just that one individually, the Falcon tank I had issues, and that was just before lockdown. Again, I've supported my local vape shop since they opened. Lockdown came in like a day or two after I bought it. I got in touch with them online through their Facebook, and he sort of said, well, sorry, can't do much just now, we're in lockdown. He wasn't even at his shop himself, but to go in and see him after lockdown was over. Lockdown got lifted, I gave it 2 or 3 days just to let the mad rush calm down, went in, and right enough, unfortunately didn't have another Falcon tank, but he did have a Fat Rabbit, which he was selling at roughly the same price, so we were sort of talking. I said to him, I like the Fat Rabbit, you know. Like, I was happy to wait a few days for the Falcon delivery to come in. And he went, well, if you like the Fat Rabbit, why don't you take another Fat Rabbit in its place? I was like, yeah, sure, no bother. I'll take it. I was more than happy with that, I'll be honest. I was over the moon with that. Another thing is I got quite lucky on is it was actually this one here that I got. Can get up. I don't know if the camera will pick up, but it's sort of pearlescent. He didn't even realise he'd ordered any of them. He thought he just ordered the plain silver ones. The one I got was pearlescent. So I think it looks quite good on top of the snow wolf, personally. I would have been happy with silver. So yeah, I got quite lucky there. And again, he sorted me out because, as he said, I got in touch with him quite quick. You know, it was still within its warranty when I got in touch with him. I don't know what's happened after that. I don't know how he's dealt with it from his end, but never mind. He can't give away all his secrets of the trade, I suppose. So yeah, how did I go into the subject? I do this all the time. I'm deviated off. I can't remember how it was originally saying. But yeah. So I personally, I won on that one, in my opinion. You know, he was quite happy, I was happy. We came to a good compromise. You know, yeah, I was happy. Now, let's say, due to lockdown, I think a lot of shops are feeling the pinch just now. And he's no different, really. Sorry, it appears I've got a blocked nostril there. No, it's back. Sorry. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the 2 Fat Rabbits. Oh, I do apologise. But I was going to say something. You know, that's what I was going to say to you at one point. I do apologise. I am really bad for going way off on tangents and then forgetting what I was saying. I was going to go on about the 2 coils, wasn't I? The quad coil and the single mesh coil. Now, hopefully the camera, I can hold these and the camera will pick them up alright. If you look at the oil level differences in there, I mean, there's the crispy coffee, and up by my thumb here is the creamy strawberry. Streamy coffee? Is what I was going to say there. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but here's the kicker. When I had the quad coil, bear in mind the creamy strawberry has refilled that fat rabbit twice now, I think. Well, say 2.5 because I've topped up for doing the video. And God knows how many the crispy coffee's done in the other one. But, so if you add them back in to the creamy strawberry, that bowl's going to be a lot fuller. You know, because that's, say 2.5 good tanks out of this, right? Now, as I originally said, I put the quad coil in here originally and the single mesh one and the other one at the same time. But the quad coil burnt out in that tiny little space of liquid. And before anyone says, oh, you must have let it run out of oil and that's what's burnt out. No, I didn't. Alright? I keep my tanks quite full. I don't really like them going down below the halfway mark unless I am going to change the coil. And then, if they go under the halfway because I'm going to change the coil and they burn out, I don't care. It wouldn't bother me. What bothers me with the quad coils is that's my third or fourth one I've had in there. And they've all burnt out in next to no time. So if you are going, I think you get a quad coil in the box with the fat rabbit. It's standard. My opinion would be, is let that be your only one and keep that for emergencies only. The rest of the time, I mean, the single mesh is the only other one I've tried because I really am impressed with that. I love the single mesh one. People keep saying, well, you should be trying other ones. Yeah, maybe I should. I'm not going to sit here and say, if somebody gave me another fat rabbit for free, I wouldn't try other coils and the vape oils in it. But nobody has given me another fat rabbit for free with other coils or anything else. And as I said earlier, every penny's a prisoner. So, I am pretty much sticking to what I know I like. Now, I might get a bit adventurous at some point and pick up another one from my local vape shop, but I will not be buying the quad coils. Point blank, no chance. Because they burn out way too quick. The flavour is good out of them, I'll give them that. The cloud's alright out of them, if you want to chase clouds. Yeah, they do it. But, if you're going to get quarter, well, 50 mils, right? So say you're going to get about 10 to 15 mils of liquid before the coil burns out, right? That's me being quite generous, I feel. If you're going to get 10 to 15 mils of liquid and one of the coils is going to burn out, now that's happened every single one with me. So, well, it can't just be coincidence. Then you're having to replace it. And say you're paying £4 a coil, right? So you're getting the equivalent to a wee short fill bottle, I don't have one lying about, and then you're having to pay £4 for a coil. Or you just put up with it being burnt out. That is not good value to me. Where, like I said, that has been, there's my crispy coffee there, you can see the level of it. That's been a single mesh coil, and it's still going strong. I'm not even thinking I need to change that. Yes, I did pick up 2 coils yesterday, but that's because I like having one spare, just in case. Now I'm almost going to guarantee you now, that quad coil will finish that 50ml bottle. The large, don't worry. I mean, I'll show you just quickly how much is left in there. There's that left in there. That's 100ml bottle, so you can work out for yourself roughly how much you think's in there. I'll finish both those bottles and go on to another bottle quite easily before that even thinks of being burnt out. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it will burn out sooner. But all the quad coils I've had have lasted a long, long time. And I think in the total lockdown I changed my single mesh coils once. My quad coils were burning out in a day, 2 days. And lockdown over here lasted 4 or 5 months. And that was me vaping them quite hard. So, take from that what you want. Anyway, I'm not going to keep prattling on about it. Long story short, crispy coffee and creamy strawberry from Large. Another 2 excellent liquids if that's the type of thing you're into. I will go back and say the Donut Worry and the Grape Expectations, again, another two brilliant oils out there. I'm actually thinking, and hopefully someone will comment down below, or 2 or 3 years or whatever, will comment down below, do you want me to rate these at all? Like, 5 out of 10 bottles, you know, that type of rating. For argument's sake, the crispy coffee I'd give a strong 9.5 bottles out of 10. Same as the Donut Worry, 9.5 bottles out of 10. The creamy strawberry, simply because I personally don't like it as much as the Donut Worry or the crispy coffee. I'd give it a 9 out of 10 bottles. The Grape Expectations, not one of my favourites. Give that a 8 out of 10. I still feel I'm being harsh on it, but they're just simply my tastes. The Juice Lab ones I done yesterday, the Blue Raspberry, now that the flavour's coming out, a strong contender at 7 out of 10. And why? Simply because the flavour's not quite as good as a large range. And I'll go the same for the mixed berries I had yesterday. 7 out of 10. For the simple reason, the flavour could just be that minute bit better. But they are still well worth the money. Value for money, they're 10 out of 10. The Juice Labs, I will give them that. I will say it on a side note. But sitting here comparing them to the large range, they're at 7 out of 10. It is a strong 7 out of 10, I'll give it that. So anyway, and we'll call it a day there. We'll bring the video to an end. I'll get it uploaded. Hope you liked it. Let me know down in the comments what you want to see on my channel. Let me know if you think I should start a second channel. Keep this one for like my airsoft stuff and all that. Start another channel for my vape stuff and things like that. Just like my vlogs. Because bear in mind, that's how this has all started. Like the oils and that is folk have said to me, they like seeing me do that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this with anyone you think would get a laugh out of it. I mean, that's what I mostly do this for, is a laugh. So I'm not out here saying, oh, I'm dead serious, I'm going to make it. No, I'm doing this for a laugh, bit of fun. I do have a couple of videos coming, well, plans for videos I'm hoping to do at some point soon, maybe play with my editing abilities a wee bit. That's the other thing I was going to say, and I totally forgot, is I am starting to get my edits done for the LB boxes. I am getting there. I'm like 2 years behind though, so you do have to stick with me. Like I said, comment down below if you want me, what you want on this channel, what you would like to see me do. I do try and make different playlists up. These primarily go on my vlogs, just because I don't feel I'd have enough content to do a weekly video or anything. Maybe once a match I'll have the fags properly, because I'm trying hard with that now. Maybe that'll change. It should change, because a pack of fags are what, £10 a packet on average now. Some are up at £11, some are just under £10. I mean, I go for the cheap fags. I do smoke cheap fags. See, you have to now, they're bloody expensive. My fags are like £9.60 odd pence. My brother-in-law that smokes, his fags are up at 11 quid. What the hell? I mean, I've got a mate that smokes roll-ups. God knows what he's paying for tobacco. I wouldn't care to think. I'm trying to think, a 30 gram pouch of tobacco or something across the road for me is near enough 15 quid. Let's be honest, smoking that is just way too expensive now. We can't afford it. Vaping's a hell of a lot cheaper. So let's face it, if I come off the fags properly, I should be able to afford to buy new coils and new vape oils every week, 2 or 3 a week. Would you want me to do 1 oil a video? Do you want me to stick with 2? Do you want it to be 1 video a week, 2 videos a week? I'm not going to do much more than that, I'm going to be honest with you, because I've got other things I need to do. I've got main life, I've got stuff I need to do. But if I do it like this just on my phone, I could quite easily just, even somewhere random, just set up, you know, if I'm out on the bike, just stop somewhere out in the countryside and do it like that. But I do have a few fun videos coming up soon, hopefully, if things work out. But I'm going to call it an end there. I said that about 10 minutes ago. I'm going to call it an end there. Because even the camera can see the living room's starting to get a bit vapey and the smoke alarm will go off soon. Which is just up there on my ceiling, if you can see it. So yeah, we'll call it an end there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video with anyone you think would enjoy it, would have a laugh with it. Comment down below what you want to see, what you would like to happen. And remember, stay safe, be smart, think of others, and peace.